Pastor Russ York once had a sermon about true peace is when we can find rest in the middle of a storm, and I have found rest. There was a big void in my life, and I think I was searching for something. I didn't know what I was searching for. I had a beautiful wife and a beautiful family. I was a successful farmer, but I allowed myself to make some very bad choices. When the judge sentenced me to 10 years in the penitentiary, it didn't even faze me. I knew what I had to do, and that was commit suicide. Well, Kathy came to the county jail and told me that, she said, "Gary, I believe in you, always have, and I always will, and I'll be here for you when you get out." She spent many, many hours praying for me. I don't know, I can't begin to tell you how much time she spent praying and committed to just lifting me before God. And it was not her commitment to me. I think it was her commitment to God. Some prison fellowship volunteers got me to come to a Bible study. That's where I turned my life over to Christ, and it was a whole different road from there. I was assigned to work at the dairy farm while I was in prison, and I was assigned to work with Hoghead. He was convicted of murder. He had shot a highway patrolman to death. He didn't like me, and I think the feeling was very mutual. But one day, Hoghead motioned for me to come over. He said, "I noticed you praying to the man upstairs." And he pointed up, and that just really gave me an opportunity. The doors come wide open, and I began to share with him that I had a nightmare to go through, and I didn't have enough strength to get to this nightmare alone. So I shared with Hoghead, and he fell to his knees and sobbing uncontrollably. Tears were running down his face, and he said, "Would you pray for me?" And so I prayed with him. I led Hoghead to the Lord that day. About 5 years after I was released from prison, I had a chance to come home and be the father of my children and be a husband to Kathy. God really blessed us with a beautiful 5 years together. But on one October 28th of 1994, I was hit by a train. Kathy was killed, and instantly, and that's what left me paralyzed and in a wheelchair. And so that was the beginning of some new trials in my life. I didn't know how I was going to make it. But through the encouragement of so many people, the hospital hallways were full of people that were reaching out to me and encouraging me. So I felt God had called me to give back, to be an encourager, to give back to what I had received. And so I've kept my chin up, allowed God to work through me, and God has used me to reach out and touch the lives of many people along the way. Well, I really believe that if we make a stand to live for Christ and allow God to use us every day, then God is going to. And I think He'll create the opportunity to share with people and to encourage people, to pray with people when we least expect it.